As we move on to our final news story of the day, this one has to do with a former NXT champion who's a former Universal champion. You could probably figure this out, that Triple H actually wants to push after their rocky road on the main roster. That's Finn Balor. Right to a new report from Louis Dangor over at Give Me Sports via WrestleVotes. They do write the following. Since becoming CCO, Chief Content Officer, Triple H has looked to do more with several WWE stars who it could be argued were underutilized under Vince McMahon. One of those names is Finn Balor, who has been booked arguably better than he ever was since Triple H took power. They state that it doesn't take a genius to realize that Triple H is pretty keen on Finn Balor and is going to look to book the Irishman as one of his featured performers. WrestleVote stated, quote, "They've always really liked each other. Seeing what Finn has been over the last few years, Hunter sees almost like a reclamation project, but one that he can get behind because of their personal relationship. Hunter's first real big name was Fergal when he signed him back in the day. So they've always had a relationship and worked well together. Hunter has always believed in him. When Finn got injured after he won the Universal title at SummerSlam 2016, he would check on him daily, like keeping the relationship tight, even though he had already left NXT. So basically, Triple H does want to do something big with Finn Balor going forward. They state, so considering this, he's one of the biggest wrestlers in WWE right now, especially on the Monday Night Raw roster. How close his relationship is with Triple H, it's no surprise that Triple H would want to push him better than he's ever been on WWE's main roster. Now the question is, though, how high does this man go? Do we have him face Roman Reigns? Do we have him become a world champion? Like, inevitably, he's got to win that Universal title again just to redeem himself from last time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they separate the Universal title and WWE Championship eventually,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Or, I mean, or not, at least like create another world title for like another show.
Hey, USA Network has asked for it. Apparently, USA Network over the summer got very upset that they didn't have a world champion at all on the show.
Yeah, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't WrestleVotes like report like a month or two ago that there were significant plans for Balor in the future?
No, it was that when Triple H first took over, he didn't see the vision of Judgment Day. But over the last month or so, especially since adding Dominic, Triple H has very got behind the Judgment Day group as far as wanting to push them as one of the top acts on Raw. There's the whole Judgment Day in general, but now it also looks like he's going to make Finn Balor specifically a pet project. So that would be cool.
Would assume maybe once Judgment Day is over, he'll start using Finn how Triple H wanted him to be used. Unless he decides to use him, he wants him to be used in Judgment Day.
Right, and like I said previously, you can push Finn as a singles guy, but keep him in Judgment Day. Then you have Rhea that you can push as a female star. Then you have the tag team in Dominic and Priest. So you've got everything you need in this group already. Keep them together, but let them do their own kinds of things at the same time. So I think that would be a great way to go. You push Finn off, go maybe challenge Seth again for the U.S. title down the road, maybe the Universal Championship, wherever that goes. So here's the thing with Roman having both belts and how it's different from when Becky had both belts. So Becky Lynch, after WrestleMania 35, won both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. Immediately, they told us those are two different titles. She defended them separately. She lost them separately. Yet Roman has never defended the title separately. Roman has basically always told us that, nope, I got both belts and it's like me having one. So that's the difference when everyone's like, well, can't they just have Roman defend each belt separately? Well, they could, But they've already kind of told us that that's not going to happen because he just defends one or defends him as one. Unlike Becky, who, if you remember, lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank, and then Bayley cashed in on Charlotte Flair to take that SmackDown Women's Championship, leading to her heel turn. Anyways, Becky always defended the titles separately. She was always seen as a person with two different belts. Since Mania, Roman's been looked at as a man with two belts that are basically one. Basically, Chris Jericho, 2001 Undisputed Champion.
Still have an idea.
Go for it.
If they could do this at WrestleMania, really cool match would be Finn Balor versus Gunther for the IC title.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. That would be,
That would
amazing.
be amazing. Amazing, or they could do Drew versus Gunther. One of those two matches. I would love either one.
Right. It's just the only thing with Finn and Gunther. That'd be fun because you have Imperium. Well, no. You have Imperium versus Judgment Day, but one's on Raw, one's on SmackDown, unfortunately. Unless you're moving Judgment Day to SmackDown. Because
you gotta think though, Rey Mysterio is also on SmackDown. They could just move Judgment Day there and be like, you think Rey can hide from Dominic?
right.
While Judgment Day's on SmackDown, Finn could be like, while we're here, we might as well just challenge for the IC title.
Exactly.